shit, and that's got nothing to do with HIV. So those of you who are sitting there thinking, oh my God, this guy's got AIDS and he's dying on us, that ain't happening. From an HIV perspective, I'm very, very healthy. About 6 years ago, I woke up one morning and I had these welts on my body and didn't know what they were. They were itching like crazy and flaking skin and all sorts of weird stuff going on. So I go to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist says, you've got a thing called psoriasis, which I've never even heard of. So they put me on this drug called cortisone or prednisone, and they increased the dose to try and control the condition, because the condition has now taken over. Basically 2/5 of my body is covered. I've got these welts all over me, itching like crazy, and not a very pleasant experience. So they put me on this cortisone, and they have to increase the dose to a point where I'm taking almost 100 milligrams a day. Now, those of you who know anything about cortisone, the average person takes about 5 grams a day, 10 grams a day. I'm sitting at close on 100. This goes on for 5 years to try and get the psoriasis under control. Unbeknownst to me, I also have diverticulitis. As you can see, my skin is very bruised and gets damaged very easily and very quickly. As a result of taking the cortisone and the prednisone, my skin has become incredibly thin. So if it's happened on the exterior, imagine what's happened on the interior. So on the 18th of March last year, I wake up and I'm doubled over in pain. 4 hours later, I am admitted to the ICU and have an emergency operation. They install a colostomy bag on me, and that's the beginning of my journey into this health condition that I'm currently dealing with. As a result of the colostomy and having that installed and the stoma, I picked up superbugs in the hospital. So in the last 15 months, I've spent 214 nights in the hospital out of the last 365. I've had 10 major surgeries, and none of this is related to HIV. This is all related to this damn cortisone, prednisone drug. So when you see me hobbling around here, this has got absolutely nothing to do with HIV. I just wanted to put into context why I'm walking and behaving the way I'm behaving. Also, if I start making farting sounds, I have no control over it. I was walking through security today at the airport, and the security guard, as I walked through the beeping machine, I farted, and the security guard looks at me, and I said, you know, I shit in a bag. And the guy, just the look on his face, he didn't know what to do. Oh my God. Anyway, the story of the book. The book is not about me. The book is, as Ross pointed out, is about the journey that I've taken with the people that I've worked with. I have had the privilege and the honor of being able to work in some really screwed up situations where we didn't know what to do. We didn't have the answers. There was no, this is what you do, this is how we've behaved, this is the model that we're going to follow, this is the best practice. We had to establish those things. And that for me was the telling of the story, because I didn't know if I was going to survive to tell the story. The fact that I'm here this evening is actually quite a miracle. I was given a 40% chance of surviving an operation I'd had in January. I died twice on the table, and they managed to bring me back. So the fact that I'm here this evening is actually quite... I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't believe it was going to happen. And myself and Donna, who co-wrote the book with me, we literally got the book down within about 3 weeks. We worked over the whole Christmas period because I was given basically 5 weeks notice that I was going to be having this operation, and I had a 40% chance of surviving. So Donna and I worked around the clock to get all this information down, just so that if anything did happen to me, at least she had it and she could edit it and play with it, and we could get the book published. So the fact that I'm sitting here tonight is, I don't know whether it's an act of God, whether it's an act of fate, I don't know what it is, but the fact that I'm sitting here is that I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful to all of you for your support, for your kindness, for your love, and your generosity. I mean, it's just been remarkable. Ross, you've been incredible. All Life Insurance have been remarkable. Anivesh and Ripple Effect. I mean, I have so many people to be grateful to. Donna, my partner, who wrote the book with me. It has been an incredible journey, and to be able to sit back and reflect on a 22-year journey once I returned back to Africa has now basically given me the model that I now want to tell the whole story. I've told the story of other people's journey. I now want to tell my journey, so I'm busy capturing my life story as well. So that'll be the next book launch you come to, hopefully. Please buy the book, I need the money. It's been rough financially, believe me. I haven't worked in 16 months, so it has been very tough. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. Yeah, and it has been a remarkable experience recalling the privilege that I've had working with people and finding solutions to problems where we didn't know the answers. And that's why the book's called Make a Plan. It doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but to South Africans, we know what that means. You know, we'll make a plan. We don't know how, but we'll figure this one out. And yeah, I hope you enjoy reading the stories. I hope they inspire you to make a plan yourself. So when you come up against adversity or you come up against a situation where you don't have the answers, don't throw your hands in the air and hit the old effort switch. You know, actually make a plan. Come up with an agenda. Find a way to make a solution. For me, empowerment is about increasing people's conscious choices. And if I'm in a place where I can help you explore those conscious choices and expand on the resources that you have, that you may or may not even be aware of, then I've done my part. That to me is what mentorship is all about. It's not about telling people what to do or how to behave or those kinds of things. It's about simply saying to them, have you thought about this? Have you looked at this? Have you tried that? And exploring options with people, understanding that people are doing the best they can with the resources that they have at that particular moment in time. That's why I find looking backward such an actual waste of time, and why blame and shame and all guilt and all that kind of stuff actually doesn't work, and I don't use it in my life. Because the reality of the situation is, when I made that decision at that particular moment in time, I made it based on the resources that I had. Those resources may have changed 10 seconds later when I had an aha experience. All right? Why beat myself up for something I didn't know or something I wasn't aware of? So it's about self-forgiveness, it's about self-realization, it's about creating conscious choices, it's about expanding people's awareness, and that's the role that I try to play. People use words like inspirational, hero, and all the rest of it. And as I said in that Facebook update, I'm none of those things. I'm just a guy who's trying to make the best out of what I've been dealt with. And I'm trying to be practical about the whole thing. And that's what, hopefully, people take away as a lesson from my life. So I want to thank you all for coming out here tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I know the mission of getting here and the traffic and all that other nonsense. And thank you all for your support. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I love what you guys have done in the museum. It is absolutely flawless. Well done. And that's my story. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I talk a lot and I'm lost for words. So my time is up. All I need to do, David, is give you a kiss and thank you. It's been a wonderful journey. I think the magic carpet has arrived. The books are here. It is the 7th edition of this little magic book. In my research for the museum, I discovered that there are millions of copies of floating around the world. And recently, a friend of mine was diagnosed, didn't know what to do, gave him the book. Next morning, I get a phone call, changed my life. So the magic pill does work. Please support the project by taking home a book, a very special book, because David is offering us his time for a book signing. Spend some time with David, and thank you for coming. In the museum is a small cabinet in David's living room with all of the previous editions. So please have a look at them. It's the history recorded for the future. And that's the important thing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And you are?
Jabu.
Jabu and David. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thanks. I'm fine. Thanks. And you?
I'm good, thank you.
Follow me, no designer quote, and open your mind with the vocab and let it live in your lab. No need to pack your bags, your itineraries everywhere we at. Like every time we chat, please to ticket your emotions. I don't cause tears, but help you to create oceans. Always riding first class, never need an upgrade. Let me stamp your passport, secure you extended days. In sun rays, you pick the place, I'll make the time a little faith. It's all it takes, put it in my hands. Can't wait for them to touch on my controls and let the destiny unfold. Just secure yourself, but have no fear. Let me take you on a trip, we don't need landing gear. Just secure yourself, but have no fear. Let me take you on a trip, we don't need landing gear. Let's get the flow in, let's get the flow in. Put your body in motion, baby. Lay back, enjoy the ride, let it ride. Cloud 9. 7th heaven, another level. I break it down into segments. 1, they call it 4, let's play and don't stop. 2, the elevation a couple of miles high. 3, you see the stars when I'm swimming in your seas. Go ahead and spread your wings so I can hear your body.